What up guys, how you guys doing? Today I'll be doing the fastest counters in Ragnarok for you guys today. The key word in this ranking is going to be consistency. So I'm going to be doing the consistent fastest counters in this anime. If you guys haven't already, like, share, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys like these reactions that I'm doing, not reactions, if you guys like these Ragnarok videos that I'll be doing for you guys today, you obviously get a lot more of all. So yeah, go check them out. Without the way, thank you guys for watching, and let's just get into it. Let me just start off by saying that Tesla did not make on this list. What? Right, I'm sorry to say this to the Tesla fans I know. Yo, killing me with this! The instantaneous movement was overpowered as hell, I get it. But the key word is consistency. He could only use that for like 3 times, I believe, before his life force was, erased basically. But yeah, his instantaneous movement, basically teleportation, was overpowered. Probably the most overpowered move I've seen in this anime so far. If it wasn't for Beelzebub's adaptability, because he saw it the first time, if it wasn't for that, I think Beelzebub would have lost. If Tesla would have went up against any other god, I believe, other than Zeus or Odin, probably maybe Shiva as well, I think Tesla would have won that. Tesla is one of the fastest, like, especially with his Tesla step, but I wouldn't really count that as like a speed feat. I would count that as like a nutrition stamina feat, right, when he can move easily around the battlefield. So yeah, Tesla, I would say he's number 11, but he did not make him our top 10. Man, this is some bullshit! Well, with that out of the way, let's get into this top 10 list. Okay, so coming in at number 10 is Shin. Shin is coming in at my number 10 spot on this list. Let me tell you the reason why. Shin is fast, right? He is pacey. Like, in order to go up against Hades, I think you need to be fast. When he was dodging those attacks, when he was countering them as well, those maneuvers, especially when Hades went for a final attack and he was still able to counter it with his fast, reaction speed. I do think Shin deserves to be on this list. But he went up against Hades one-on-one, and he was managing to dodge all those jabs that Hades was throwing at him. So yeah, I really think Shin deserves to be on this list in that number 10 spot. Now coming in at number 9 on my list is going to be Buddha. Let me tell you why Buddha is number 9 on my list. He was able to dodge Ibidu, whatever his name is, he's irrelevant to the story. He was able to dodge his bullets point blank range, and those were not regular bullets, those were like magical. I refuse to believe that he was using regular human being bullets, right? I refuse to believe that that was just like a regular gun. I refuse to believe that. He was able to dodge his attacks at point blank range, and not only that, he has those eyes that can see the future. It's one thing to see the future, but it's another to react to the attacks that's coming ahead. Just because you can see the future, it doesn't mean that you can dodge the attack. Buddha is number 9 on my list. There's another feat that probably should not be taken seriously, but I'm going to count it anyway. And that was when Zeus was trying to take Buddha's candy, and Buddha was able to react to his movements, not allowing Zeus to take one. That should probably not be counted, but I'm going to count it anyway, just because that's why he's the GOAT! I know it was an injured Zeus, right? But he was still able to, maneuver around Zeus's, hands when he was trying to take his candy. So yeah, Buddha's number 9 on my list. Now coming in at my number 8 spot, it's going to be Hades. Hades' speed is incredible. His speed alone would have overwhelmed Shin in that fight, in the first bit, in that battle. I really do think Hades' speed is very underrated. Let me tell you why. Hades, I feel like, would have beaten Shin alone if it wasn't for his potential, being limited by, Shin's breathing technique. But I really do think that his speed would have beaten him alone. And let me tell you something. He crushed through Shin's heavenly hand, right? And even sliced off his fingers with that attack. That should just demonstrate that overwhelming speed that, Hades had. And I really do believe that his potential was limited. I really do believe that we didn't really see a proper, full buff Hades, right, in this fight because of Shin's technique. I'm talking about buff Shin with his, chi, use technique that he does with, with his eyes when he senses the chi throughout the body. He even stated that he was getting a buff. Hades was getting a buff during that fight, so he was getting even more stronger and even more faster during that fight because of when after he cut open his chest and the blood. Bro, I really do think that he would have gone overwhelmed if it wasn't for that breathing technique. That breathing technique is the best lifesaver technique I've seen in an anime. And also, let me not to mention, Hades dodged one of Shin's unavoidable attacks, breathing attacks. Ares even said that you wouldn't even realize it once it hits you, right? You wouldn't even realize it. So he managed to dodge it. You could say that that's battle IQ. You could say that, okay, fine, battle IQ. But nonetheless, he dodged it. You need to have extreme movement speed and extreme reaction speed in order to dodge one of Shin's breathing attacks. And that's why Hades deserves to be in my number 8 spot on this list. Now coming in at my number 7 spot is going to be Poseidon. And I know what you guys are thinking, Hades should be over Poseidon. Okay, I get it. But let me tell you something. Poseidon went up against a guy that can predict movement, right, speed from his opponent. Literally basically seeing the future, if you guys can't think about it in depth. He went up against a guy that can have that ability, and he still managed to cause trouble for Sasuke. So I have to give it to Poseidon. I have to give the Poseidon edge over Hades when it comes to speed on my list. So yeah, Poseidon, especially when they were showing him being in more than one places at once in that fight. Oh my lord. Yeah, Poseidon, I have to give him that edge, especially with his light speed attacks. Yeah. And that's why Poseidon deserves to be in my number 7 spot on this list. Now, coming in at number 6 on my list is going to be Beelzebub. And let me guys tell you why. Beelzebub was able to dodge Tesla's unavoidable teleportation attack. I believe it was called the pincer attack. He was able to dodge that point blank range. This was supposed to be an unavoidable attack by Tesla himself. That was planned by him. His ultimate move, Beelzebub dodged it. Point blank range, and he was able to kill Tesla after it. You need to have an insane amount of speed in order to dodge an attack that you didn't really see coming. No one saw it coming. He dodged it. Point blank range after not even realizing it. That should tell you about his speed alone. I have to put it on my number 6 spot. You could say that he deserves to be number 5. Fine. But Beelzebub was able to show an insane amount of speed right during this anime, especially when he cut off that monster's arm. Beelzebub is kind of underrated when it comes to speed, but just by those feats alone, I have to put him number 6 on my list. Okay, so now we're in my top 5 right on my list of who's the fastest characters in this anime, and that number 5 spot is going to Sasuke. Let me guys tell you why. Sasuke was able to counter and dodge all of Poseidon's jabs, all of his infinite number of jabs, and anticipate every move that Poseidon has. He has like some kind of like ability called Trace, where he can just literally predict, basically seeing the future. And I'm gonna say he can predict the future and anticipate his opponent's moves or what they're gonna do during the fight, which is big advantage that Sasuke has in the fight between him and Poseidon, especially with the amount of L's he took in his lifetime. So yeah, even Poseidon was like, you know what, let me just change this fight to brute force. And you saw him, buffing up his muscles, changing his fighting style to an overwhelming, amount of power that he was trying to dominate Sasuke with. So that should tell you that even Poseidon was like, okay, let me change up my fight style, because this guy, I don't think I can beat this guy with speed alone. So yeah, I have to give it to Sasuke at that number 5 spot, especially with his Trace ability that can predict his opponent's movement, basically see the future, and reacting to his barrages of jabs, right, that Poseidon was handing to him. He deserved to be at that number 5 spot. Yeah! Now coming in at number 4 on my list is going to be Apollo. I think Apollo, he deserves to be number 4 on my list. I don't see anyone that I've named so far beating Apollo when it comes to speed. And let me tell you guys why. Apollo was overwhelmingly dominating that fight between him and Leonidas. That plot had to come in place for Leonidas to counter that strike. Let me just tell you something. With his footwork, with his boxing footwork, combined with his speed, I don't see anyone beating Apollo when it comes to movement speed. I read on. Apollo has to come in at number 4 on my list. I do believe that Apollo can move, or can outpace anyone on my list so far with those feats alone. So yeah, Apollo's number 4 on my list. Now, coming in at number 3 on my list is going to be none other than the king of the India gods. Listen, it's going to be Shiva. Shiva is number 3 on my list. Let me guys tell you why. Hermes himself, the god of speed, right, said that Shiva's moves are unpredictable, and even he wanted to try out against Shiva. And Shiva was there after the Zeus versus Adam fight, and even he said that he should have went up next.
If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo.
The confidence that Shiva had with fighting against Adam, the trump card of Banhard herself. Listen, even he said he should have fought against Adam. Do you know the amount of speed you need to have to fight against Adam? Right? The mirror of gods, basically. Even Shiva said, oh, bro, I should have went up next because you look like you were struggling out there.
Oh my God! He's out of line, but he's right.
Shiva, unpredictable movement combined with his dancing style is top peak speed, right? And I'm not glazing. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
But Shiva deserves to be in my top 3 on my list, and I think he should be top 3 on everyone's list. I really don't see Shiva not making it on my list when it comes to the top 3 characters when it comes to speed. Coming in at number 2 on my list is another gonna be Zeus himself. Let me tell you why Zeus is number 2 on my list. Zeus, before gaining the ability of Meteor Step, right, from his father, he defeated Cronus, the personification of time itself. He defeated him in that fight. We didn't see the fight, right? We only saw the aftermath. So we can't rescale his speed, right, before he obtained that ability. And that should tell you a lot about how insane his speed is, right, before gaining that ability. But let me tell you the fight between him and Adam. He used Meteor Step, and the amount of zeros, it was 0.0001 seconds. Even time itself, I think it was displayed to be, infinite amount of speed. Time stopped. Even the gods didn't even react to the punch. Even the gods didn't even know what happened. That should tell you a lot, bro. Oh, right, he is overpowered when it comes to speed, especially when he's in that buff form, Lord have mercy. And let me tell you about his Adamas form. He's able to throw punches faster than light speed itself. Bro, the only one, if Zeus would have went up against any other human, it would have been over. It would have been like a one-shot kill. It would have been like 5 seconds in the match before Zeus, would have won. Zeus is that guy when it comes to speed. He deserved that number 2 spot. Now, coming in at number 1 on my list, you guys already know who's number 1. It's obvious. Who is the person that is capable of countering Zeus's attacks in this anime? He is none other than the first human to be ever made, Adam. Adam is number 1 on my list. Let me guys tell you why. Adam was able to counter everything that Zeus gave to him. But everything that I've mentioned about Zeus on my list: counter, Meteor Step, counter, Adamas form, counter. Whoa, listen, Adam is literally OP in this anime, and he's OP done right because he was made in the image of God. So he is capable of countering anything that the gods gave him. When he countered the Meteor Step, that should tell you everything you need to know about Adam's, ability. And this was literally the first time he used it as well. This is the first time he saw it as well, and he was able to counter it from Zeus, the same Zeus who defeated his father Cronus, the personification of time himself. I don't need to go into it. There's no reason for Adam not to be number 1 on this list. So yeah, Adam is number 1. And his speed that was displaying when he was fighting Zeus in his Adamax form, that should tell you a lot. So yeah, Adam is number 1 on my list. And that's the list, guys. That is my top 10 fastest fighters in this anime, Record or Ragnarok. I'm hoping to hear about your thoughts on this list, and I'm hoping to hear what your lists are as well. What is your top 10 list of the fastest characters in this anime? I want to see your list. I'm really happy to do this video, and I was really excited. If you guys like these videos that I'm doing for Record or Ragnarok, you obviously get out my work. So yeah, go and check them out. With that out of the way, thank you guys for watching, and peace. Until next time.